The Tinhifi C1 is a single dynamic driver IEM. This unit came to me when I had the fortune to correspond with the Tinhifi company while I was browsing through the internet on my mobile phone while enjoying the breeze of Koh Lipe, Thailand. I was in the midst of having a delicious full English breakfast courtesy of the excellent Castaway Resort. After waiting for a month, the package finally arrived at my hometown of Ipoh, and it would take a few weeks later for me to open the package in Kuala Lumpur whilst I was covering various media events in said capital city of Kuala Lumpur. My perception of IEMs were already coloured or biased. Single dynamic driver, why would I be interested in that? This is coming from my current use of my daily IEM driver, which was the KZ Caster Base Double Dynamic Drivers, which is this one here. My perception was more dynamic drivers equals more unlimited power, but I was glad I was proven wrong. My history of IEMs and headphones stems from that one video by some Australian guy by the name of Dangpots, who boasts that some cheap headphones or IEMs can really make good music and sounds as good as the over 1,000 ringgit ones. I cannot believe it, so I went down the rabbit hole and researched and about the world of audio stuff, at first with YouTube, Shopee, and then Reddit. YouTube was the first because there is a plethora of reviewers like Paul Wasabi, who I still listen to now and again, and others that I only listened to and subsequently ignored like HBB, Clinical, and Timmy. When it comes to HBB, his style is not in tune with mine. Clinical is a bit biased already because he has his own company, and Timmy only reviews the ones that are very expensive. The ones from Europe, it's too expensive out of my range, my pocket range. Shopee has been instrumental in the world of IEM collecting, as it was the gateway to purchase IEMs in Malaysia. It was so easy to buy them with just a smartphone. I was living in a place where audio shops were non-existent, unlike Kuala Lumpur, which has shops like Red Ape, Headphones Store, Star Pickers Audio Library, etc. I had to buy the IEMs which I am interested in without demoing the set. If I were living in Kuala Lumpur permanently, I would frequent these shops to try out the IEMs before purchasing them. But alas, I had to rely on Shopee for products that will arrive at my doorstep in a matter of days. I bought Samsung SR850, KZ-ED-X, CCA CRA, and Moondrop True. Later on, after trusting that AliExpress, aka China, won't steal my money or credit card info, I will be getting my IEMs from AliExpress, as it is cheaper with their sales and collected coin system. Provided if you can wait 2 weeks for the product to arrive, which is how long it took for my 126 ringgit CCA Rhapsody to arrive. Now that's the introduction which I read through it. Anyway, back to Tinhifi. I'm really grateful that the Tinhifi company entrusted me with this for a non-technical review. So I was thumbing my nose at single dynamic driver IEMs, right? Boy, was I wrong. The sound is crisp and the bass is fun, but not as overpowering as the loud bassy rumble of the caster. I am basing this on the OST of Apothecary Diaries, Too Many Losing Heroines, and Ghost Skeletor's Peacefield song. So as I was saying, well, let's go off the beaten track. I was very surprised with this. I thought it's going to be like not as good as the caster, but wow, I can actually replace this as my daily drivers to the caster. And if I were to compare this one, single dynamic driver, this one I can't compare it with because it's a double DDs and it's not about the woman's chest size. Um, I should not compare double DDs to it, so I have to compare it with this one, which I have here with me now, the CCA CRA, which was very good maybe 3 years ago. So this unit is about 3 years old, and you can see it's kind of like greenish. It might be moss growing inside, but when I hear the sound, it's kind of like less boomy, too neutral for me, and not enough fun in it. There's not much bass so far in this CCA CRA. It's just not fun to listen to in this day and age. So this one I can throw in the bin or dissect it, or I don't know, keep it in the drawer, and that's why I kept it in the drawer, and it became green. So kind of yucky, and even the caps here is like yellowish. So this one here is a single dynamic driver, and it sounds pretty good. So that's my 2 cents. So let's go and continue on the script. So this is regarding Ghost Skeleta's song Peacefield. The volume is the same, and it's the source will be a laptop Toshiba satellite. So I'm going to listen to that song through Toshiba laptop on the same volume with between these two. Yeah, differentiate between this Tinhifi and the caster bass. So in regards to the Tinhifi C1, the treble is really forward and distinct. Hi-hats are really pronounced. The guitar solo is more forward. I would classify the C1 as more neutral and colored, with a bit of fun bass that would not muddy the mids. Whereas the caster, the bass is definitely more pronounced and punches harder, but it can overwhelm and quiet the mids and vocals. But it has a better soundstage. In other words, the slam of the bass and rumble can make the mids less pronounced. In other words, the Tinhifi with a single 10mm DD full-size DLC diaphragm, they call it the DLC, not sure why they call it the DLC, it's not downloaded content, right? But it's actually called a frequency diamond diaphragm. So this DLC driver can even be better than caster basses 10mm DD and 8mm DD. So 1 DD beats 2 DDs. So what can I say? This is going to be my daily driver. This one here, for comparison, my caster bass has the configuration is up, up, down, up on one side, whereas another side would be, I have different, another side would be up, 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 up. So don't ask me why I listen to 2 different configurations on the same setup. So my caster is up, up, down, up, and another one would be up, 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 up. Now this is the kicker. In this category is the comfort and fit. Oh my god, wearing the Tinhifi shell is a godsend coming from the torturing caster shells. I can only wear the casters for less than an hour before I have to pull it out. In other words, Tinhifi C1 shells are so comfortable and barely know it is in my ear canal. Thank god. The C1 is bassy and fun. I can see myself making the C1 my daily driver instead of the excessively bassy and fun caster that can be uncomfortable to the ears and can't be used for long periods of time. So what I'm saying is, this one here, I'm going to listen to this while doing work on my laptop, and maybe listen to podcasts and all those other stuff. This one here, maybe I can use this for stuff like watching anime and movies, because I do like a more boomy type of like shock. Yeah, boomy shock. So two of these things are better used for listening to songs, because songs are engineered to have the bass and treble and all those things elevated, so it's a nice experience listening to songs. When you listen to podcasts using these things here, the bass is normally, you can't hear the bass much at all when it comes to podcasts and videos that you find on YouTube. So these things here, of course, is good for music, and music always brings out the qualities of the IEMs, not podcasts, not YouTube videos. These things are best appreciated with music videos or music. So next column is design and look. It's got the silver on the outside. They call it the CNC. Maybe it's aluminium. But most importantly, you can see the single DD inside. Yep, you see the single DD inside. It's similar to the CCA CRA. The design is almost the same, but I'm not sure why the Tinhifi is more comfortable. I mean, this Tinhifi is like, the contour is like very suitable for my ears. This is very good. Like all things, I do prefer to look at what is under the hood, except for the biological entities. The insides of the machines can be quite fascinating in a morbid way. The cable has a pearly sheen and can be quite a bling accessory for all those fashionistas out there. It also has a chin strap that can be useful, but I don't think I have a use for it unless going on the highway on a motorcycle traveling at the speed of 90 kilometers an hour. As long as it's not a KZ standard cable, I am grateful. I need variety in my life, because look at it, it's the same old cable. I mean, tried and tested cables here, of course, but it gets kind of boring. It has an L shape, all these KZ cables. I'm used to the L shape, it's ergonomic. The Tinhifi comes with a straight one, so I guess you need more clearance when you plug this into your laptop or your DAP of choice. So that's my review of it. You can find this in the written review in my newly established website called Gerryko.com, GERRYKO.com. So it might be there, it might not be there, who knows. But follow me on socials. YouTube is my main channel, and thanks to Tinhifi for sending this for review. Hopefully it satisfies your non-technical curiosities on this Tinhifi. I'm just trying to say that for this price, I'm not sure about the pricing. I think it's a $30 US. I might be wrong. So check the links, buyer links, Tinhifi's official website, Shopee, AliExpress, whatever. So it will be in the links below. So again, thanks for this. And I'm going to like have daily drivers. This one will be like in the afternoon, and that one's for the nighttime, because nighttime I watch movies and anime, so I'll use this one. I just don't like it much at all, this caster. It's just, you have to like push it into your ear canals, and it's quite uncomfortable, whereas the Tinhifi is just put it in the ear, and you don't need to push it deep inside, and you get the bass already. You need to have a very comfortable fit so that you feel the bass. This one here, just pop it in and you don't need to push it in, and this is still bassy enough, it's fun enough. Whereas the caster is like a bit slightly more uncomfortable. I'm just dreading going back to Ipoh. I'm in Kuala Lumpur now, so dreading going back to Ipoh. Ipoh has my KZ, no, not KZ, CCA Rhapsody waiting there. I paid about 130 ringgit from AliExpress, so I wasn't in Ipoh, so I'm not sure the size and fit of the Rhapsody. I think it's kind of like bigger, so I think it will be as uncomfortable as this one here. But my initial thought was I'll use this KZ caster. I've demoed it when I'm on the North and South Highway of Malaysia. I just drive one straight line on my motorcycle, and the music from this is awesome. It's very good. There's isolation, sound isolation is very good. I can hear everything. Less of the outside environment. Whereas if I use the CCA CRA, it's just like a lot of like sound coming from the outside, so it's not as nice. This one will be my traveling IEM, whereas at night I'll use this one here for daily use, just in case I want a comfortable IEM to listen to things. And the Rhapsody, which I haven't touched, I haven't seen, I haven't felt, I haven't demoed yet. Maybe it'll be my watching anime and movies, because it seems that that one has what, one dynamic driver and 3 DDs, 3 what should we call it, 3 BAs, balanced armatures. Not sure about the characteristics of it. The Rhapsody has 2 dynamic drivers. Most likely it's not a 10mm, because 10mm is very huge. When you add in other stuff like the balance armatures, normally the size of the 10mm double Ds will be ignored. It won't use the 10mm, they'll use the 8mm, 7mm, and if it exists 5mm. The 5mm double Ds is in the D set, right? The KZ D set, which has 5 double Ds. So the CCA Rhapsody has 2 DDs and 4 BAs. That would be interesting to review. So yeah, that's my review. This is a very good thing. The reason why I slept on it for maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I did not open the package while I was in Kuala Lumpur, is because I was busy with my events, shooting events, covering events or videoing events, and because it has only 1 dynamic driver. I thought it was going to be like terrible as the CCA CRA, but I was proven wrong. I'm going to use this. This has nice bass, and the mids is, oh, did I talk about the mids? The mids is pronounced. I can hear the mids, whereas that one, the mids is very subdued. It's very at the back. It's not as pronounced because of the bass is elevated, and it kind of like masks the mids. The vocals are not pronounced. This one is fun. That is of course funner, but this is a bit torturous to put in the ear. This is fun and it's comfortable. The most important thing when you want to have something in your ear for more than an hour is it needs to be comfortable. So that's my review. Thanks and bye bye. Do visit the Gerryko.com if you want something like tourism, resorts and IEMs. Bye bye. And food. Featured food will be the ones that are fancy, like sushi restaurants and whatnot. Bye bye.